turning now to our next guest, who argues modern-day regional conflicts are becoming increasingly dangerous to maintaining global stability. New York Times best-selling author Robert Kaplan joins us now. He is chair in geopolitics at the Foreign Policy Research Institute. His latest book is entitled Wasteland, A World in Permanent Crisis. And you talk about the infighting in the United States and how it impacts us and our place in the world. How would you describe the situation in the United States today?
I think that the political center has gone. Mass democracies have always functioned best in the center, with a center-right Republican Party, center-left Democratic Party. But the change from the old print and typewriter age to an age of digital video, social media has empowered the extremes. And you see that in Congress, you see that all over. And when there's no political center, elections take on added importance because it's winner take all. It's it's the tyranny of the majority, and that is an instrument in, as I write in the book, one instrument of American decline. But I would add that America's decline is more subtle and less extreme than in China and Russia.
Robert, I wondered if you think that in doing the work for this book, how much you think the structure of the American system of democracy versus some of the external issues like social media and some of the things that are happening all over the world are exacerbating these divisions. In other countries, obviously, you can have these coalition governments, which of course we don't have in our system. Do you see it as an inevitable drift because that's how the world is going, or is there something about the American system you think that is amplifying these divisions?
No, you see it all over the world. Whenever there's an India-Pakistan crisis, social media explodes in both countries, and it makes things more extreme. Social media can also have good effects, leading to the demonstrations in Iran against wearing the hijab, the demonstrations for democracy in Tunisia in 2011, the Arab Spring. And of course, it didn't turn out well, but social media fostered a lot of those democratic uprisings. I think social media is one of the issues that is leading to a more tumultuous, claustrophobic, anxious world as technology shrinks geography so that we're all part of one system. We may not have world governance or world government, but we are increasingly in a single system. And that system always has one crisis after another as we all affect each other.
And on that idea, Robert, talk to us about chaos in your word, just this idea that that is suddenly becoming a defining global trend, and how it sort of impacts everything we're seeing.
Yes. Notice the subtitle of the book is not A World in Permanent Chaos, but A World in Permanent Crisis. So the book doesn't predict chaos in that sense. But what I've written over the decades from time to time is that leaders in countries like Egypt, Jordan, Algeria, all over, they're terrified. They're so terrified of chaos that they become a dead-end autocrats in many ways. There were one extreme, a fear of one extreme leads to another extreme. And you see it in a lot of countries because, take Africa, for example, which is a mixed bag of democratic trending countries. You have successful developing states like Ghana and Kenya. But even there, the very creation of middle classes, which is a success story, really, fosters more chaos because new middle classes are ungrateful. They have more demands of government. There's nothing more unstable than an emerging middle class. And so chaos is a factor, on many different levels around the world.
The new book, Wasteland, A World in Permanent Crisis, is on sale right now. Best-selling author Robert Kaplan, thank you so much for coming on the show this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Take care. And CEO of All In Together, Lauren Leader, as always, thank you very much for being on this morning. Still ahead, we'll